Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is the Unhinged Crypto Happy Hour in the morning with breaking, urgent discussions. I'm Bill.
Are we still going to can we call it coffee hour?
We can call it coffee hour, right?
I should have Kahlua in my coffee.
We're doing coffee, and we are doing a breaking podcast to discuss all the things you need to know for, drum roll, the hidden topic, the election. Miss Toby looked at me this morning and was like, big boy, get us live right now. I'm like, right now? She's like, right now.
Yeah.
So she's got something that she needs to tell us. We're going to talk about the election. We're going to talk about buy the rumor, sell the fact.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing you talk about. So, yeah, since we're coming up on the election, and I feel like that's a critical point. Thanks for pointing the giant black thing at me. You know how we feel about this. Yeah, I just think this next time up and through the election, a little bit after the election, is kind of a bit of a critical point. You know, it appears that a lot of people, I think, especially in crypto, feel like they know who the winner is, but I think it's going to be a really, really tight race. So that's going to cause a lot of interesting turmoil. But the thing that you said about buy the
rumor, sell the fact.
Buy the rumor. Yeah, I think because there's some rumors, there's still some uncertainty, but I feel like as we move into this energy, I think the people who are certain about who is going to be elected, you know, that they're just going to get more certain. And so that could cause an influx into the market. Right now, we're seeing just a bunch of meme coins, you know, which is what happens when the market gets boring. Everybody does meme coins. But I think there's probably some trends. I've been talking about cross-chain, you know, before it was all DeFi. Now, I think there's some interesting stuff going on with cross-chain. If you want to do meme coins, I think the meme coins will continue to be popular through the end of the year. So if anybody has any exciting meme coins they like,
yeah, feel free to drop a comment down below, and we can take a look at your meme coins in future shows or even in Patreon. So
we crypto, is it Crypto Keter? It says, how many more days of red bubbles? Oh, they're talking my language now. Everybody's bubbling with me. So that's really interesting because we pulled the CoinGecko chart up. You want to share that really quick? I'm pointing, if you don't know, to our big screen so I can see. Okay, so here we are with my favorite, Banter Bubbles. It's on year, but let's go. Oh, no, it's on hour. So go for the 24-hour.
Okay, so here we are, October 23rd.
Yeah.
Checking out daily bubbles with the GOAT meme coin, which is at 20 million and is now at 800 million off an exchange listing. So the market is down, but notice Jupiter in the corner is up with Solana perky,
which is an AI beam TS. So we're looking at some trends of things that are starting to move up. So watch these sectors.
Okay.
Which is well, ICP, that's AI, and then
TIA. There was recently big news because POPCAT flipped TIA on the market cap chart. So a lot of times when a coin gets flipped, right, in kind of an embarrassing way, it comes back.
Okay.
So, you know, if I read, Miss Toby reads the bubbles and I read Miss Toby, I think if this was like get live now, perhaps it pays to pay attention to anything that's outperforming today. Perhaps.
Yeah, and let's just look at the hour because we saw it start to go up a little bit. Yeah, see, we've got ICP.
Right.
And isn't APE now, don't they have cross-chain functionality in that? Isn't there some functionality without?
They launched their own blockchain.
Oh, okay.
So ApeCoin was formerly attached to Bored Ape, their metaverse.
Yes.
They launched their own chain, and that caused the big rocket move up.
Okay.
So people may be buying the dip on that.
So we're looking at here because this is just the hour and not a huge change, but we're starting to see things move a little bit, and a lot of things are still down. So if there's stuff you like, somebody asked, when will the red bubbles? And I'm thinking soon.
Right. I've been working with Miss Toby for
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And I have never been told to get live now.
Well, I might have told you, but you might not have listened.
No, I listened. No, we got live right now. She said, get live right now. So whatever you're looking at now,
there's, yeah. What are we doing?
No, this is back to hourly.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's some really, so I told you guys, I think on the live show, and I know I talk a lot to the members about the way I look at things when things are down. And the reason I wanted to go live today is because I feel like this could be the last down sometime this week before things really jump up. And that's why I was telling you, I said, I think there's this sentiment. There's a couple other things going on. I think there's a lot of uncertainty in China and what people do, it seems like in China, when there's a lot of monetary uncertainty, is that they buy crypto. So these couple events, seem like there's going to be a bit of a shift. And I know I've been saying for a really long time, after the election is when we're really going to see a lot more movement. So this is a really good time. I really feel like we're hitting a bottom here, a real bottom. And I know you've been asking me, is this the bottom? Is this the bottom? And I keep saying, well, it's going to, up until the election, we're going to have wobbles, right? And that's exactly what we've seen, these little wobbles. But I feel like, and of course it's different with every coin, which is why I like to look at things by sector so I can see the patterns, right? But I feel like each wobble didn't take it down as much overall, right? It's kind of like, I'm going to draw it with my hand because I'm a visual person, but it was like, I think our real bottom was in September, and then it was like up a little and then down a little, and these are the weeble wobbles, right? But every time, the beautiful thing is that it appears overall that every time there was a down, it was still higher than its previous low, right? And to me, that feels like it's the pimple thing.
Right. The market was making higher highs and higher lows. When it was trending. That's like Bitcoin, Solana.
So we've been doing this for a month, and people are getting depressed because, everybody wants the banana. So we got some banana emojis here.
Right. YouTube members, by the way, that's the QR code right there. The link is down below if you want to get like portfolio recommendations and TA on the portfolio. The Banter Bubbles Deluxe, if you will.
Yeah, right? I'm so happy to do that. I mean, it's really fun because it gives me, I feel like, more time to really work with people in depth, and go over how I, visualize the market and my methodology, which is very different from yours, almost polar opposite. Right, in a way. And then you get to do the follow-up where you translate to English from whatever language I'm speaking.
Right. You read the market and I read, or I look for the clues for the analysis that you do to come true. I'm like,
And I'm going to put out a report. Well, I mean, I'll put out a report watching this on what I think, but I just wanted to let everybody know, look now, Now, just for
Okay,
another
I'll
thing,
go back to bubbles.
yeah, go
So,
back
so
to
the
bubbles.
report Ms. Toby is talking about will be probably definitely in the member section and possibly in the Patreon store.
Well, it'll
So-
go. The final picks will end up in one of the portfolios that we have, because we have like 4 portfolios,
Right.
which is amazing because they're kind of 4 different strategies. But also in the Patreon store, if you don't want to join, right, you can just get the reports
Okay.
in the Patreon store, right?
So yeah, there's.
So So
All right. So I'm going back to the screen
Banter
share.
bubbles.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
And let's look at some lower cap stuff, because I've been hot on what the low caps are doing.
Okay. So 800 to 900
Okay.
or lower cap than that.
No. Well, I like 600.
Okay. 600 it is. 600 to 700.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking at market cap and we're looking at today or hourly.
Yeah. We'll start with today.
Okay. So this is the daily Banter bubbles for
Okay.
market cap coins.
And
600
a lot
to
of
700.
these. Okay. So somebody wants to know, when are they going to start seeing green? Obviously, there's a lot of red there just in the last 24 hours. But a lot of these that are green, those were in our last report, right? So they're still going up over the day. And now let's just look at the hour, just so I can.
Hey, this is our first venture into tactical Banter bubbles, by the way.
Yes.
We've never looked at it by the hour. So again, this underscores the urgency of the stream itself. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what we're doing is looking for trends. And like I said, the reason we're doing this and the reason I want to do this for free is because I feel like a lot of people, like we saw, people like, oh my God, it's red. Oh my God, it's red, But I think that this is a really, really good time. So I'm showing you kind of what I look at and what I'm looking for. And the cool thing is I'm looking at this, a lot of green, especially in 24 hours. And we're seeing some of the things that we put out in our last report. And then if we look to right now, this is hour.
This is hourly,
yeah.
Right?
Okay. So,
so yeah, there are some coins in reports here.
But there's a lot of new stuff. So what I would do is I would look at some of this. I'm kind of curious about OG, right? And then, yeah, what is that? Oh, that's a wonky chart. Unfortunately, on this page, and this is how I look at it, but on this page, I will pull up the info for you before you look at the chart.
Where is it now?
I believe it's under that section that says info there. But yeah, see, on the other page, it tells me more. So in the Banter bubble.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you scroll, it says about right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I can't read that. It's too far away, but.
The token of the origin platform. Okay, so is it a DAO? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a. Okay, so that's interesting. And I've been seeing a lot of these popping up.
Okay.
And so see how the screen just in the past hour is starting to turn a little bit of green, right? So when you have that wave, or like I like to say, when it's low tide, you kind of scan and you look for the little treasures. So these things that are rising when other things aren't, those are good indicators of the direction that people are going in the bucket, kind of a sense.
Okay. So the way I interpret that is we're definitely looking for footprints in the snow of smart money picking up coins when they're down.
Mm-hmm.
I can maybe go into the legacy jibber jabber later.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shut this off. So,
but it's kind of popping now. If you see, those little pops, that's a movement. No, you don't have to. I mean, we saw it right before you shut it off. It just goes pop, 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 and more things are turning green. So that's why I wanted to get live as quickly as possible, because I feel we're at this little turning point. And what I do is I'm looking for trends by looking at this. So go to the 5 to 600. Oh, did we go off?
Okay,
bubbles?
no, I went off.
Sorry, I'm a
So I
bubble
mean, no,
freak.
so it's really interesting because, you know, a lot of people
500,
unwound some.
Yeah,
Everyone's selling crypto and buying green fiat,
which is
and
such a bad
which is
move.
such a bad idea. So this is hourly. Do you want?
Fart coin? Oh my god, that's hilarious. So again, we're seeing.
So this is daily,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Oh, and DMTR. Oh yeah, that's doing really well. So good.
Right. That
I'm
was
happy for that.
that
That's
was
another
it.
pick that we had weeks ago, right?
Yeah. That was in one of the early member portfolios.
Mhm. But here you can see some of the meme coins are starting to go down, and some of the new ones coming up are not meme coins. Well, Bobo is, but the other ones. Yeah.
Right. There were some coins. Loom, I think, is a coin I've heard somebody talk about. If you go back hourly on this,
Yeah. Now you can see the meme coins are starting to go down, except for Luna and Nacho. So
okay.
Cool.
So what Miss Toby is telling you to look for is anything that outperforms, say, in the next 48 hours, particularly since everybody is, gotten squeezed out of, the dollar has gone up when it should be going down. There's a big bond market scare.
oh god, and you know what I've been saying.
I know you say, I know.
My portfolio, my market portfolio, which I don't pay half as much attention to, bonds over the last year, crap. Just got rid of them. I'm so tired. They're so boring. They're so icky. And especially, with what's going on with the dollar and stuff. I mean, it would be like, don't trash your regular market portfolio, but don't keep any money in the bank. Just don't, put as much as possible into an appreciating asset. Buy a house if you need to. I mean,
Yeah, and it's funny, Jamie Dimon, to keep it neutral. Jamie Dimon made some statements yesterday about the election. I don't know. I'm wondering if there could be a problem with the bank. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in legacy. Like interest rates went up and bonds went down. We all of a sudden think the next administration will be very fiscally irresponsible. They think fiscal irresponsibility is going to continue, and the way they traded that was to sell bonds, have interest rates go up, and have the dollar go up. And the dollar going up, to me, just sounds insane.
Insane, yeah.
So I mean, I was like,
we're
wow, we have to get
a crazy ride. We're really, especially for the next few months. It's going to calm down.
Let me come off this for a second.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, one of the things, that is floating around is that the election may be so close.
It is going to be, but
Okay.
I've said that.
Right. That was the first thing you said. That fits with the rumors over the last couple of days that it may actually take a long time to count the votes. You may not know who wins for 5 days for whatever reason. And there could be follow-on, let's just call it drama, right?
Yeah.
I want to keep it clean. But, that was one of the first things I thought of when you said, get live, right? Now, if there's, let's call it, go ahead.
So speaking of the drama, I'm just going to address it here. And one of the reasons I wanted to get live is not to talk about the drama, because I don't want to participate in that energy, right? So I'm trying to give people hope. It's probably going to look a little weird, right, for a little while, and then it'll all calm down and it'll be okay. But this, the most fear is probably going to be in this next week, and that's why I want to tell people, don't worry, it's going to be okay, and to look
at what's outperforming during the fear.
Right. That's right. Because once all of the hullabaloo calms down, that's when I feel we're going to hit this, the banana zone, as you like to say, or, because this year has performed almost exactly to the T like last year. So look at those. We didn't have an election last year. So that's the only weirdness. I'm like, there's weirdness going on right now. There's a lot of fear, and my, I mean, if I was to give somebody a 1-sentence advice about almost everything, but it works really well in crypto, is do the exact opposite of what everybody else is doing. Do that. But keep an eye on this, keep an eye on this, like this election thing. But again, this is a global, crypto is a global phenomena. So the more we focus on US problems, does it affect it a little bit, but it gets less and less and less, right? But the other thing I wanted to talk about is because of what's going on in China, also, they're having problems with their money as well. And what we know historically is that when they have problems with money, they tend to buy more crypto, right? And so this could be the last real good buying opportunity. So if there's stuff that you really, really like and you want to load up on, this is not a time to hold on to cash because the dollar's going up, but not for very long. There's going to be a shift in that too. I mean, next year's going to be a crazy year, but it'll also be fun, especially if you're laying the foundation right now. This is a critical juncture for you to get your shit together.
Right.
Ship. I said ship.
Ship. Right.
Get that ship together.
Get that ship
Captain.
together.
Step up and, lead your crew through this crisis because it's going to look scary. But if you look historically, and, I'm talking about from centuries of data, the greatest wealth has always come and been created. If you look at titans throughout the centuries, it's always created in times of crisis when things look really scary. The people who aren't scared and take advantage are the ones who come out ahead.
Okay, so
don't be scared.
Yeah, so interesting to break that down. So everyone has decided to buy the dollar, and we know that's wrong, right? And when that gets unwound, that could be dramatic and create a reversal in crypto.
Yeah, it just came to me today. It's the, and this is why I wanted to come on. The thing is like, don't hold cash right now. I just buy things, even if you just stock your pantry, and this is not a fear thing. This is not a fear thing, but it's just, like, what are solid things? Because holding on to cash right now does not seem to make sense, Right. What are solid things that you can get? Land, houses, crypto, fill your pantry, gold. Crypto. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people will probably go into gold. Not my favorite thing because
gold and silver have been telling you what crypto is going to do because they've been up only.
Yeah.
And if you want to stock a pantry, not as a prepper, you just using that as an example. That's got to be a financial institution issue. I don't know. It could also be a geopolitical or cyber issue. It doesn't matter, right? If you're
really
like,
doesn't matter.
Get an asset, get a hard asset.
Something that you can use.
Get it.
Right?
Get it. Yeah. Get some on an exchange or get it on a hard wallet. And, we've been talking about this for a really long time. The legacy market is always wrong. Like every time, first it was like, let's do the orange man trades and let's all do the same thing. So they all bought Bitcoin, they all bought stocks, right? And then all of a sudden that unwound, right?
So that's why I say do the opposite.
Or do the opposite, right?
Whatever everybody else is doing. Yeah. So look at your little headlines.
All right. So yeah, in other
words,
words,
grandma out of the closet.
Dollar down, dollar up, Bitcoin down, right? And as you go to the market cap chart, I don't know. If we go to say 400 to 500, okay, today, there's a lot of stuff in here that's down a lot, right? In other words, you're looking for outperformers, and I don't know. I mean, I don't want to put words in Miss Toby's mouth, but maybe you're looking for stuff
that's gone down a little bit, and that's
gone down a little bit and is popping. There's one of my favorite meme coins, pups. Just can't get off some of those coins.
You just love
I know.
Coins.
Well, yeah, there's like
if I could look at the bubbles, if I could like get rid of the meme coins so I can see
baby,
trends,
yeah, there's baby Pepe on base. I'm not even gonna. I didn't even bring that up to you because you're gonna tell me. But like here's 0x0 like almost positive on the hour.
Yeah.
So again, we're giving people something to look at. I don't know if you want to look at.
I'm trying to just we can look whatever you want to look at. I'm just trying to get people to see it in a positive light, which is how
So
I look at it.
Here's the top 100. So obviously
that's 100 to 200.
Right. Okay. Sorry. So going to the top 100. So there have been a lot of jokes that the top 100 has traded so badly versus meme coins. Right, that no one's interested in big cap cryptos.
Great, so then do that.
Right, so right, so this
if everybody's playing in meme coins, don't.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean the GOAT listing at $800 million market cap. That's probably the end.
That's crazy.
Right. So you have Jupiter, ICP. Okay.
We're at the TIA. We're getting at the end of this little brief meme play. So. I mean, What I notice is that memes go crazy when everything else is kind of solid and boring, right? And also when it maybe goes down a little bit too. But when you start seeing things go up, and maybe the memes are a lead indicator on that, when they start going down.
Well, sometimes, I mean, memes have outperformed and nothing outperforms forever. Yeah. And again, GOAT at 800 million. Seems like a buying climax, you know what I'm saying? Like it's time to rotate.
Yeah.
And, like for example, on the hourly, again, this is October 23rd. Okay. You have Aptos up for the hour, Optimism, Gala, that's gaming.
ICP.
Okay. ICP.
And
Toby is really on ICP.
Well, it was in one of our reports even weeks ago.
Right, which, you want to go check that out in the YouTube member area and in Patreon.
Yeah, it's a great way to get on things early.
I'm coming off the screen share.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to put the QR code up. That's for the YouTube membership. So please feel free to come check us out there. Maybe we can take a minute to welcome who's on the stream.
Yeah, and see if they had any questions. We did say we would, if they wanted to ask us any questions. It's getting chilly here.
Yes, it is. It is. We may have an AC malfunction. Okay. Crypto Steph is here. Welcome.
Hello.
Right. Welcome. Crypto Keter first on the stream.
Nice.
Hello. How many more days of red? I think we've been covering that.
Yeah.
How long can they keep things pushed down? Dude, not much longer.
And that was the urgency for coming on today.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Which is, by the way, has never happened.
Yeah,
until today, right? So,
what else?
Somebody's asking for Scotty AI.
Okay, all right. Just go to crypto, CoinGecko. I mean, or I'll go. What you call it?
Yeah, I don't know about Scotty AI on LuxAlgo. Okay.
Scotty the AI.
Scotty the AI. So this is the new trend after GOAT, like everyone claiming that their coins were created by AI.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you just said that last week.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know how old these things are.
Oh, that doesn't look like a pretty chart to me.
Right.
I'm not seeing any pimples.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure about that. I think we're generally off.
Well, so just hit 1 year just to do,
okay.
That because that'll give you.
I came off the screen share.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing any.
Not seeing it there with Scotty.
What do you think?
So somebody.
Okay, somebody what?
All right, so let me go back to the screen share.
Sorry. That makes it very confusing.
Okay. So this is Scotty over 1 year.
Mm-hmm. I think, it's, I'm just not seeing enough activity to push it up, and every low they're close, but they're almost
right. We're not doing a higher low.
Yeah, I want to see a low that beats a previous low, and then I'll be like, okay, the momentum is moving.
Yeah, Miss Toby likes, she likes it when it's up. So just so you know, stocks are getting smacked. This is actually in line with what we talked about on Lux Algo. Everyone's sort of freaking out. Bitcoin is down about 1%. ETH's down 2%. Solana's down a little. It was up earlier. Somebody wants to check the Orange Man meme coin.
Okay.
I'll locate that.
There it is.
The Orange Man meme coin was on support. It was on kind of a Lux Algo level. I know people want this to go up.
Well,
if
I think if he wins it,
right, and this
as long as there's insecurity, because weirdly this is tied to how they feel about how the election is going, right?
Right.
And so, and I mean, you or somebody on here asked me about this coin over a month ago, I think.
Yeah,
and I was like,
ask.
well, yeah. I mean, if you think he's going to win, and it's at a low, then go ahead.
Right. So that's pretty much what's happening.
But these lows, like the low we're at right now, see, it mirrors that low. I mean, it's wobbly, but this could be the thing that people believe they know the outcome already. And so this could be a buy the whatever.
Right. Well, with this, we've been talking about buy the fact, right? Everybody thought that this coin was going to go to $100 million market cap or higher, or $1 billion before the election, and then they would all get to sell, and it never works that way. Everyone likes it tidy. Now, what could happen is exactly the opposite, where if the election is known and it's favorable to this guy, you could have this.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is 3 bumps, as Miss Toby says it, or a head and shoulders bottom.
Pimples, I call them
right,
because they're ready to pop.
The pimples are ready to pop.
It's a gross
new TA is ready, but like I said, if you think this market's there's something wrong with it, like see all this red over here, what's up on the day? Jupiter, and I won't tell you.
And isn't Arrow up too?
Arrow is down.
Oh,
Jupiter was something that we maybe had in one of our portfolios way before it went up, before Solana took out 160. So that Solana ecosystem is still quite perky.
Yeah.
Right. So that's.
And I think that's what I said way back in August. I'm like, we're going to see ETH pick up first, and then Solana. So.
Right. Aiken is like commodity Supercycle. He's looking
commodities are a really good thing.
Right. Well, you pretty much just said, I mean,
I can anything. I don't know how, all the lingo. I'm just like real things.
Yeah. Right? Well, that's commodities. That's gold. That's silver. I mean, I'm not sharing the screen, but silver went up and it's coming off. All the trades that people did going in, all the consensus positions, right? This is when everyone gets in the pool, the toaster is inbound, right? Okay. That's the silly way of saying do the opposite of everyone else. So everyone buys gold, everyone buys silver. Okay, take profits, buy the dip, right? I mean, look at, you want to see something insane. Look at what they've done.
Let's see something insane.
Yeah, let's see something insane.
There's a lot of insane things going on.
Yeah, there sure is.
We could be here all day.
Like, look at this hootenanny.
I can't understand why people are putting money into the dollar. It does not seem right.
Well, I mean, they could be afraid of something geopolitical, or they could just be getting squeezed out, right? So there's every reason to think that this is the premium zone on the 4-hour DXY
so see the little
chart.
Pimples, and then it popped, and now it'll probably go.
Right. And then when this unwinds itself, what goes up a certain way can go back down a certain way. I mean, you have to imagine as a crypto person, what happens if the dollar index winds up down here or below 100? I mean,
so
the
what
discount
does happen if it, let's just say it goes down to that little box you just drew, then what do you think will happen in crypto?
Oh, crypto goes straight up.
Okay.
Right. I mean, Bitcoin just goes to 80K, because if you have the dollar go down, it's not just that it goes down, It's that it goes down sharply.
Yeah.
Right.
And then people will be
In other words,
scared, and so
when it goes up the way it just did, it pushes out everyone who was bearish the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So that if the dollar turns around, all those bears come in, reassert themselves, causing a sharper drop.
Okay.
Right, which could send the dollar index below 100. That was the box I drew.
Okay.
These psychological levels.
Uh-huh.
And then people who are selling Bitcoin now are selling Bitcoin to really smart people who understand that green fiat may wind up going lower, or even if that's not the case, there may be sovereigns may behave in such a way, like China may have to print more money. I mean, they do. They come out with an announcement every day.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. And that's the other big influencer I feel that's happening right now. It's the election, people's sentiment around that, and people's sentiment around what's going on in China. And then, of course, the wonkiness with the dollar. And so we have this crazy 3-stroke confluence of events where everybody's doing the wrong thing because they're not seeing that. Why is that funny?
No, that's so classic, because like right before a big event, like one saying I always have is the first move is always wrong.
Yeah.
Right? There's anticipation, or the event happens, right? And algorithms are trading like news headlines.
Mm-hmm.
So computers trade, whatever they happen to see in price or news. Mm-hmm. Then once that settles down, cooler heads prevail. And then big hedge fund managers come in.
Okay.
And that's the real move.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you had big hedge fund managers come out and say, I'm buying gold and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, one of the biggest, like one of the market wizards. They wrote a book. This guy was in a book, Paul Tudor Jones. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
One of the reasons that I, because of what he was saying, I don't agree with sometimes a lot of what he said. But I feel this thing coming, and that's why.
And a lot of these guys have been on the tape about the thing. One big hedge fund manager thinks it's related to debt, government debt, sovereign debt.
They keep saying that, and I feel like and this is where I don't agree with him, because he's one of the ones who says that. It's that weirdly people don't care about debt anymore, which is funny, right?
Right.
If you look at the amount of debt people carry now compared to, say, 20 years ago, and stupid debt, not good debt. There's good debt and there's stupid debt, right? So I think that crisis is probably further along. We're just going to keep feeding, printing, I do think that probably interest rates are going to come down again, which will be really, really good. But I think that crisis is not going to affect us right now, right? I think that's a bigger crisis later on.
Okay. Well, I mean, everything you're talking about, and I agree with you. I think, thinking that there's a crisis in U.S. government bonds when somebody like Elon Musk is saying that he wants to come in and cut government spending. I mean, you have lost a lot of money fading Elon Musk over the last 10 years.
Fading.
So, meaning for example, in 2017, all the big hedge funds were shorting Tesla, thinking that Tesla was going to go down. I mean, Elon Musk had to literally defend the company against bears.
Yeah.
And of course, we all know how that worked out. Tesla went up only for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
So if the debt crisis is prolonged, then what's really going to happen is something with the currency. So if you're talking about gold, silver, canned goods, houses, and of course, Bitcoin, and Ms. Toby is essentially telling you, whatever you see that's outperforming, going back to the screen share.
Yeah, I don't want to tell people go crazy or turn people into preppers, but I'm just saying this is not a good time to be liquid. This is not a good time to have cash.
Right. And by the way, Miss Toby never talks like that, just so you know, just so clear.
I mean, Bill's going to have a heart attack.
That's it. No, I'm not going to have a heart attack, but I'm just like, wow, I'm going to have to get on Twitter. I told people to watch this. Now I'm going to have to get on Twitter again and be like, yeah. Okay, so
any more questions?
We have Adrenaline Trade is here from British Columbia, watching on Twitter. Aiken is in the house. Welcome.
Hey.
Brett is asking if we can look at Moonwell.
Oh,
This is
what did I hear about? I just
No,
heard something about that.
Yeah, well, Moonwell is a Coinbase coin.
And I'm really super hyped about Coinbase stuff too. So
right,
that's another sector.
right. Coinbase and Base. I mean, Moonwell is up again today. So, okay, so this is the 4-hour chart of Moonwell. Since we're thinking tactically these days, Moonwell got to the premium zone, backed off, but then just turned right around and went back up again.
That is a extremely pretty chart to me.
Right.
Does that look super
Miss
pretty
Toby
to you?
absolutely loves
That's a pretty
trending
chart.
markets, higher highs. You know, she likes, you know,
I'm not
higher highs
yeah.
and higher lows. So she's a big
I like
trend following girl.
I like, yeah, it's the energy for me. I'm looking at the energy. So
right. So we're digging Moonwell.
That's a cool one.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anybody have any other recommendations?
Xborg,
now I'm going to go look at this.
So the Fuzz Crypto wants us to look at Xborg. I think
we looked at that.
Yeah, that's on the that's on the low cap one. Okay.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay, so there's Xborg 4-hour. So
I can't see time on this, so I don't know. The
okay.
way you look at it is different.
Okay.
Point to me.
Okay, so this is the daily chart of Xborg. This is all the history that there is. Okay, so
this is all of it?
Yeah, it's new.
Oh, yeah, because we just talked about this
right,
one.
Right. So
when do we talk about it? And then look, it just popped its little head up.
And then, you know,
I'm looking for pimples here now.
See,
there's one.
Support is down here at the equilibrium zone, which I think is 20 cents. It's kind of far away. I don't know. Miss Toby's digging this. You know, a lot of times
I think that was in our volatile bucket.
Right. It's in the super volatile bucket. You know, Crypto Steph doesn't see the orange man winning. Okay. That's interesting. DC Precise is here wanting to look at Dia. Jessica made it.
Oh, Dia. Yeah. That's another one that we looked at.
I know you just mentioned it.
Likes.
you just mentioned it before the stream. You're like, hey, what's Dia? So let's check it out. Let me get the screen share going.
Okay.
By the way, this is also a reminder. You know,
while you're screen sharing,
a lot of people are already into it, but you know, we would love to have you as members in both YouTube, right? And of course, the middle tier option is Patreon, right? Patreon, where we have watch lists, reports in the store, live TA every night. Okay, going to Dia. I'm gonna get coffee. Okay, going to Dia.
I need more coffee for this.
All right. Oh, yes. All right. Dia. Okay, so obviously been doing well. It gets to the Lux Algo premium zone and bounces back down. So we have yet to see something take out its premium zone on a daily chart, right? So, you know, if Miss Toby were looking at this, she would tell me to zoom out.
Yes.
And she would tell me that she would want to see where it was back in March.
Yep, that's always an indicator.
Right.
For me.
So Dia has gone all the way back to where it was in March.
Nice.
Okay. It hit the premium zone. It came back down again. All right. You know, I think Lux Algo has inserted a lot of support underneath this rally.
So it still has it still has space to move up.
Right. Right. So I mean, you know, the theme of the stream is that, you know, you want to look for anything that outperforms or looks good, or if it does look good, it dips. Like this could be a dip here because of this signal, right?
Yeah.
You know,
if you like it,
do it.
Well, or you know, I think there might be another small dip coming. So it's harder for me to see the dips when we're in a shorter.
Okay, so this is a very short-term chart.
Yeah, it's harder for me to see that, but
okay. So
but I mean, it's good. You know, you can explain it how you do, but I feel like there's another dip coming. So if you like it, maybe.
Okay, so and that fits with anything that hits its premium zone.
But it's probably not going to be. It's probably not going to be. I think if you see something, it'll go back down to that little gray zone, or maybe slightly below it. So
right. So just to put that in percentage terms for anybody who's watching. You know, and this is the theme of the whole show, that, you know, if they want to sell it to you at a good price, take it from them. Right. So max dip, I mean, that's a big dip at 20%.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you got it, take it.
And I'm saying that's
max
the
dip.
max that'll go down.
Right.
So if you like it, this might be the opportunity. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I feel there's another dip coming. I don't know if it's going to be right away. So.
okay. Well, I mean, nothing outperforms forever. So it's actually paid to wait on all these outperforming coins to grab a dip. Right. And that's true. Like we looked at Arrow, Tau, Ohm, all these coins at DGen, all these coins that outperformed on the way up. You know.
Yeah. So when they go down, it's a good time.
You know, Big Sane is here. That's a new name. Check out Alien Base on Base. Its DEX is better than Moonwell and Aerodrome. Big sleeper.
Okay.
All right.
Let's look at it.
Let's see if I can find it.
Show me the chart. Alien. I think I heard about this one. Which, you know, I think.
Okay, I'm pulling it up now. Hopefully this is right. Wow, 8 million market cap.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Alien Base token coming up here now. Whoops, sharing the screen. Oof, almost missed it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know Miss Toby likes more history. So
I do.
A lot of times on these base tokens, there can be or cannot be. Okay, but yeah, there's Alien Base, right?
So,
you know, and there is your famous
Pimples
square consolidation, otherwise known as the Pepe consolidation. So,
or the pimple,
or the pimple ready to pop, right? So I have a feeling if Miss Toby is translating pimples as something that's getting ready to go.
Well, yeah. So I see like a little tiny dip and then a pop.
Okay. Yeah. So
right, because
I mean,
we're just making the third pimple. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, this is what Miss Toby is probably trying to say.
And
is
what is this? Is this a DeFi?
Yeah, this is like a DEX.
I like their website too. Okay.
Earn, stake, yield farming.
Okay.
So it's DeFi.
Oh, fabulous.
Okay. So yeah.
And I think DeFi is underperforming right now. So if something is performing well, this
right.
is good.
And just also a reminder, this is not investment advice.
No.
Okay. This is a low cap coin. So do your own research,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
Okay. I can just type in ALB. You know, we could not be more interested in the base network.
Yes.
Or anything that's on.
Well, and
Coinbase.
that's what I said. So this is a general thing, you know, and
Right.
I'm just talking general. Obviously, if you're in our premium group, you know, we'll have portfolio and we'll also have paid reports if you want to see specific things we're looking
Right.
at.
And we do specific
But here we're just
AMA. Right. We're hooking you guys up because, you know.
There's a big trend coming and I want people to know about it because people are going to get afraid. And I don't want people to be afraid because when you're afraid, it's a saying by Rumi, move, but don't move in the direction that fear makes you move, which is kind of like another way of saying do whatever, the opposite of what everybody else is doing. But Rumi said it, you know, thousands of years ago. So,
All right. Well,
we'll give him credit for that.
Since Miss Toby pretty much never talks like this, indulge me while I take a look at bank stocks.
Okay. because you know I don't like to talk about that, but
Right.
we're
well,
here.
I mean,
We're live, Bill. Ask me the questions you want to know.
well, yeah. I mean, if we're talking about canned goods, then I may just want to look at
So
bank
should we
stock.
just call them that, the canned goods, instead of commodities?
Well, I mean, if you want to be in commodities, I mean, hopefully that doesn't mean oil, because oil would be scary. Bank stocks are at their premium zone. This is an index of the big banks. So,
Yeah, so it looks like
there's-
it's going to go down.
so yeah. So, I mean, if there's going to be a problem, that's big banks. And this is regional banks where they're doing an.
Oh, the regional banks don't look quite as bad as the big banks. So.
Okay. So if there's a problem with the big banks, then there's your case to be long crypto. You've heard the famous phrase, long crypto, long Bitcoin, short the banks. Just for the sake of thoroughness, here is gold. As Miss Toby's talking about commodities, gold has obviously massively blown through its all-time high. Like, this was gold in March.
Yeah.
So gold has been up only.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so
now this would be something where I would say maybe you don't. I mean, I think everybody's concerned, and I think with the volatility of the dollar, that's kind of what's pumping this, and the interest rates, like you said, on bonds going up, it's pumping this. But this would actually be. I mean, I'm not into this. You know what I mean?
right.
So,
right.
It's not my jam. But this would be a kind of, for me, a scenario where I would be like, maybe do the opposite of what everybody else is doing.
Right, which is something that I was thinking. So Miss Toby looked at the gold chart. I took it off the screen. She essentially looked at the gold chart and said, again, just fade the herd. If everyone wants to buy gold, take the profits in gold, ... and I'm going to fill in and buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana on a dip.
Yeah, or canned goods.
Or canned
which
goods.
is what we're calling.
Well, I think that's what maybe we're calling digital commodities.
Maybe.
Right? Unless we're talking about oil, right? I mean, if oil's going to scare
I'm not feeling
people,
like there's going to be a thing going on.
all right,
with
well,
oil.
then let's not. All right.
But you can look at the chart if you want.
Well,
this is it.
Yeah, this is it. I don't want to bring it up if it's not relevant because.
Well, I know, but I mean, maybe people are, wanting to. I don't know. It doesn't feel. It feels like it's going to like hold a wave at the bottom.
Right. Okay. So if
Does
oil
that look like to you?
Yeah, I mean, oil's not going away. If there's a problem in the Middle East, oil would be massively higher, and it's not.
Yeah.
So
they'll manufacture some sort of disturbance going on there later.
Right. Well, that's always on the horizon, and you've been paid to fade that literally every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if Miss Toby looks at the gold chart, and I'm kind of the same way, I mean, bullish sentiment in gold is like 100%. Like, everybody's bullish gold because it goes up every day. Of course it is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But, everyone is ignoring Bitcoin. I guess we should probably bring up Bitcoin if we're doing live TA.
Okay.
Let's just bring
I
it
haven't
up.
looked at the chart in a bit, so.
So, I mean, one way that can be interesting to look at Bitcoin that I have not showed Miss Toby yet is the Bitcoin ETF.
Oh yes, so many people now.
Right. So many people look
are
at
asking
Bitcoin.
Me about the ETF.
Right. So this is a 2-day chart. It kind of keeps it simple, right? The Bitcoin ETF came out in January, so this is the complete history,
Okay.
right? The premium zone is all the way up at 42, and right now it trades at 37.
So my excuse me, my thought on how the ETF is going to work, is what I told you. It's going to stabilize. It's even stabilizing the wider market a little bit. But it's going to be, it's interesting that we see a little down or two down pops, right? But I think it's just going to move a lot more slowly. And I'm just saying slowly relative to a lot of other crypto in the market. Not that but it looks like, yeah, I like that line that you do as a trajectory.
Right. And Miss Toby never met an upward sloping channel that she didn't like there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that's some kind of accumulation cone and Bitcoin breaks out, there's a possibility. I mean, if you're not buying gold, then
maybe this.
You're buying Bitcoin, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Or if there's going to be a scare and Bitcoin flushes out, because right now people are super bullish Bitcoin. It's kind of funny, like bullish sentiment was 30%. Like if you go to the actual Bitcoin chart,
yeah,
down here or even down here, people were bearish. And then
who wasn't bearish, Bill?
Oh, we weren't. You weren't?
We weren't.
No,
we weren't. We were like, everything's on sale.
Right. And, Lux Algo's not liking the price action today. But, if you get an additional dip,
that might be a good time to shop.
Miss Toby is telling you to shop on the dip and that whatever's going on here is last chance shopping. Right. So Banter bubbles back on an hour. Everything went back red. But, we tell you to do your own research. This is a daily. TIA, ICP, Jupiter still up. Basically you want to be on this and you want to find things that you like that are outperforming in the event of a down trade, a fear trade.
Absolutely.
Or, something that would lead you to want to buy. Get your ship together. And not to get ridiculous.
Freak out. Don't freak out.
Right. Don't.
Because you'll do the wrong thing. Whenever you're afraid, you're going to make a bad move. So go meditate, do some yoga, then decide what you're going to do.
Right.
That's what I do.
Right. Do some yoga, meditate, go to Costco, go to Coinbase.
Stay hydrated.
Not investing or food advice, but
stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. That will help you avoid a lot of bad decisions.
Okay, Aiken says crypto preppers unite. Crypto Steph is asking about HUT 8. Okay, so HUT 8 is a Bitcoin mining stock that has actually been kind of up only lately. Like the crypto equities have done nothing but go up.
And that feels like the people who know that's a foundation move, right? For me. That's like saying, okay, we know everything else is going to go up, but this will go up a little bit to set it up. Oh, look at that pretty chart.
Okay. So, this can be very
pretty chart.
This is a very pretty chart. Mm-hmm. Notice everybody's getting all upset today and these crypto stocks aren't moving. They're not moving down, which is, because people were angry about crypto stocks because they underperformed the market when the market was going up. So this pattern, this, 3 pimples ready to pop, this one is particularly powerful because if it never goes back down below, say, 14, if it never goes back down below this line, you can have an extremely powerful move.
Yeah, I really like that chart. That looks like a
you
good
can go to the premium zone. And like I said, if everybody does like a sector rotation thing where they're coming out of banks, or they're coming out of big tech, they're going to start moving into crypto equities, MicroStrategy. There's my favorite meme coin is the MicroStrategy meme coin. I know. I just
Mister.
Can't.
Sounds like something from 50 Shades of Grey.
Right. Miss Toby is an honorary techie nerd and doesn't even know it.
No, I am.
Adrian is saying, am I looking at any of the Bitcoin miners? Yeah, man, we're looking at HUT 8. I liked BT.
Let's look at that chart.
Okay.
Well, there's the 3 pimple chart too, huh?
Okay. This is BT. These guys are not only a Bitcoin miner, but they're into, I don't know, I think I was looking at the weekly chart, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of there's a square range on top of a Lux Algo support level. So I was like,
or the 3 pimple.
Or the 3 pimples getting ready to pop. And if you look at how this thing went down.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Right.
This is a very pretty chart. It hasn't even started to come out yet. It feels like the other one, the HA, that's you can feel the tension.
The horse is out of the gate.
Yeah, right. You can feel the tension in that. Yeah. So, but I love this chart. That's a great one. Thanks, Bill.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else?
All right, people. This is a reminder, since Unhinged is trying to get to 500 followers.
Please
smash that subscribe button. smash the like button, leave a comment, help the stream move.
Please, we're brand new.
Give Miss Toby the love that she so richly deserves for helping me and you out. And let's summarize.
Okay, you do that. You're better.
When in doubt, don't freak out. Okay, crypto will come back no matter what. Okay, everybody says that they're ready for the scary event until the scary event happens and you're scared anyway. Like there are certain things in athletics, like Michael Jordan is going to take the last shot, but you can't stop it. And if something scary is going to happen, even if you think you're ready, you're not. That's why it's scary.
Here. And that's why we're here.
And that's why we're here, right? That's why we're live. We're in Patreon. We're in, the YouTube members, are getting hooked up with portfolio ideas, as are the guys in Patreon. Please feel free to scan that QR code for YouTube members.
Want to see you guys in the member area because this is a scary time. And the nice thing about the member area is a lot more one-on-one, right? Interaction with the audience. And so we'll help you through it.
Right. And then there's 6th Street Crypto in Patreon, where, I kind of break it down and give you the charts and a newsletter format. One of the best ways I tell people to think about our product offering is, imagine if we had a Discord, right? And the Discord was, $75 a month. People might do it. The way we've done it is we have our work in 2 different places. So no one platform can get hurt, hacked, shut off, whatever. So we're just
not only that, but I feel like we're giving people different experiences. That's how I like to look at it. I think the reports and the daily stuff that you put out is critical, in the Patreon, right? Whereas I feel more deep dive and stuff we get in the YouTube.
Okay. All right, folks. That, I think, is going to be a wrap. Aiken is going to get gold bars at Costco. Right? Because you can get gold bars at Costco.
Well, pick me up a couple, would you?
All right. We appreciate everyone's business. We appreciate you tuning in. Okay. We will see you in the YouTube member area or on our next free stream. No freaking out.
No freaking out.